Happy Easter, everybody. Today is April 7, 2023. Today is Friday. Today, North American markets are closed. Today is the start of long weekend. Happy Easter to everybody who is celebrating. Hope you guys have good time with your friends and family. Others, it's a long weekend, so celebrate and looking forward to next week's market. Okay. So, guys, if you like the content, please click on the like button down. Today, I do have some time, so I will spend some more time on analyzing North American markets and also crypto. So please, it just takes 1 second. Please hit the like button right now. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, guys. So starting with MES chart, I'm starting with the weekly chart. So I would like to give you guys some high level analysis. Okay, so this is basically. Sorry, a lot of data here, guys. So bear with me. I'll try to make you guys understand how this thing works. So basically here we are. So basically we are now on a weekly cycle entering sell zone. So this sell zone is around 4138 to 4297, around 4300, and then there is a buy zone. Okay, so this is weekly chart. Each candle represents a week of price action from Monday to Friday. All right, this is MES. This is E-mini futures. Those who trade futures, they use this chart. Also, this is same as SPX or S&P 500 and SPY ETF, which people use to trade North American markets. Who don't trade futures, they use SPY ETF to trade. Okay, now let's focus here. So basically what you can see here, there are some cycles here. Okay, so you can see this bigger cycle, with this is white cycle. Okay, you can see how it bottomed around 20th of March. Okay, then there are some minor cycles here. There is this blue cycle in between, and also there is this yellow cycle here. Okay, so on weekly, let's focus on weekly. Okay, so this is weekly chart. So you can see this bigger cycle is kind of topping out in June here. Also, there's also this minor cycle in between coming out. Okay, and you can see it bottomed here around March, around mid to late March. You can see it came very perfectly very close to the bottom here. You can see how nicely this cycle predicts. Even here in September we had a bottom. Also here you can see in this minor cycle we had another bottom here. So you got the concept, right? So let's focus here. Let's go where we are now. So you can see now here, let me zoom in a bit. You can see where we are now. You can see there is a support zone here around 39.78. So I updated chart a bit so you guys can see clearly. So this white line is my support zone. This support zone is anywhere between 40.50 to 39.50. Okay, so I'm looking for price when we get a dump to find some support here. Okay, also this is also called a neutral zone. So basically when price, it's kind of in the middle of buy zone and sell zone. So when price comes here, it's nobody's battle. So basically we would like to do nothing here. Okay, so as price goes higher, you should be looking to sell, take profits, and going into put options or short inverse ETF. As price goes below this white line here, you should be looking to buy. Okay, or you should be looking to exit your short. Okay, so that's the idea. All right. Okay, so now let's go to daily chart. Okay, before I go there, I just want to show you one other thing. You can see how there is this bigger white cycle coming up. So I'm expecting two paths here. Okay, these are dotted paths. Just this is weekly level, high level stuff. So you can see now we are turning a bit bullish on the chart because there's a lot of momentum on this chart. You can see how this one upward cycle, there's an upward cycle coming here, and also blue cycle was coming to the top. So this gave higher positive energy to this price action. Okay, and now we're going higher. So basically I'm looking for this bigger cycle is gonna top here sometime June time frame. So looking for a little bit of more energy here. Okay, so a little bit of more positive momentum on weekly basis. So basically I am looking for around 4300 sometime in couple of months, and then my year-end target is it could go as high as 4400. So anything above 4350 to 4400, that's the max I'm looking for. All right, that's the high level stuff. So this could go basically towards the end of this year. All right, so let me make it a bit better here. So December, so I think it's going to be like here we are going to be topping out. All right, so that's how it's going to be. And also there's this other cycle coming up here. Okay, so basically there's also a significant risk around September and October time frame. So basically on a weekly level, topping out here, then going down here, and then again a pull here to basically go to the top here. All right, so let me maybe clear it a bit. So basically something like this, from here to something like this. So maybe I will make this very similar to the other chart so you guys are not confused. Okay, so something like this. All right, These are weekly level. Okay, now let's go to daily. When I go to daily, okay, let me go back here so that you guys don't get confused. Let me get rid of this. Okay, this is a bit better, I think. So now you guys can see a little bit of more dump here and then a pump again higher to end the year around 4,400. Okay, so now go to daily chart. This is daily. All right, so you can see what's happening on daily. There is this. So let's focus on daily blue and yellow cycles. Okay, so there is this minor cycle in between, and you can see it's putting a downward pressure here around 20th of April. So it's putting a little bit of pressure here to sell down SPX. So, but also there is a big support here, which is around 40.50 to around 39.50. So anywhere close to 4,000 area, 1% up or down, I'm looking for support. So, and also then another bounce here. Okay, so basically you can see from now, if I zoom out a bit, you can see this bigger upward cycle here, and then this blue cycle. It's gonna put pressure on SPX to not stay low. Okay, so this is a bullish chart. All right, so it's gonna put some pressure on SPX to kind of bounce. So there will be buyers here. All right, so every time there is a dip, it will be bought by buyers. Okay, so do not be too bearish on SPX. Also, you can see we are entering a sell zone. So basically, all you should be doing is when a dip happens, look to buy around this area, and then there will be another pump coming here. All right, so this pump can go maybe close to 4,300 or somewhere in this zone. Look to take profits. Okay, so I think it's going to be very choppy period here. Okay, very choppy period, which kind of will bounce around support and sell zone. It could chop around here for next maybe 2 months, and then basically eventually there will be this decline here coming around September timeframe. All right, so for now, look only two things. Okay, you have to look for buying in near support and taking profits near sell zone. Okay, so that's the overall concept. And then if you're patient enough, this dip we're gonna get sometime here, I think we'll be in buy zone at that time. So look to take profits basically in this sell zone, and you can wait patiently. This significant area here that it's possible we can go in buy zone at that time frame, right? Okay, so that's the overall basically concept on SPX. And MNQ, which is Nasdaq ETF, you can see we same concept. Actually, we touched this support area here, and now we are bouncing. Okay, and again, these sell zones are anywhere between 13,607 to 14,252, and also my buy zones are updated. This is between 12,316 to 11,670. Okay, so these are my buy zones here. Okay, so now let's go to US 500, which is ETFs. Sorry, this is futures. This is live futures. So let's go to 1 hour chart. I want to show you something. Let's bring some more data here. Let's bring the trend lines. Okay, so you can see what's happening here. If I can show you, look and see. If I zoom in a bit, these are live futures, and on SPX, you can see price was going down. All right, price was going down. And then here is when we started getting bullish momentum on PPO and RSI. Okay, so as you can see, price was down here. Okay, but you can see PPO was going higher. Okay, and you can also see RSI also started going higher here. All right, so that was like a basically higher momentum on PPO and RSI with price going down. So that's basically that's a indication. Bullish price action is coming, so that's a indication of early reversal. So basically, when you saw that, you could have taken a position, basically draw a trend line like this, and a breakout is a buy signal. Okay, same thing was happening on US 100 futures. I'll show you here. You can see price was going down, and you can see PPO was going higher. Let me get the right tool. You can see here PPO is going higher. All right. And also RSI, oh, there was no negative divergence. No, there is actually. Here you can see RSI also had a basically bullish divergence. Okay, you can see also here price is going lower. Actually, you can draw even like this. Here PPO, you can see price is going higher. I can get rid of this. You can see lower prices, higher momentum on RSI and PPO, and you can draw a trend line like this, and then basically a break of this trend line is the buy signal here. Okay, this is the buy signal. All right, So that's where we are. And VIX, basically, let's go to daily chart on VIX. You can see on VIX, very bearish price action on VIX, which is bullish for stock market. And we are still below this daily 50 SMA line. Okay, this red line is daily 50 SMA line. We are not able to go above 20. So this is a bullish price action, but you can see we're coming to this major support area on VIX, which is below 18. So that's whenever we come here, stock market goes down. So basically we can come down here. This area will be good to buy basically VIX or put options, and basically it's possible we can the sell-off I'm expecting on MES, a little bit more sell-off, that could help drive VIX a bit higher. Okay, so it's going to be like a bit of choppy price action. Now going to SPY, which is SPY, which is ETF we use to trade S&P 500. You can see it opened a couple of gaps here. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see there's still this gap here around 403, and also there's big gap here around 395, and also there's another gap around 401. So it is possible it can come down still, close one of these gaps and then bounce higher. Okay, and then there are some gaps to the top side. These yellow are top gaps, so those are my price targets, 421 and 427. So whenever we are here, that's when I will be looking to take all my profits. Okay, if I'm going long. Okay, triple Qs, it closed a gap. There was a gap here around basically around 313. You can see this on yesterday morning around 9:30. First hour we closed this gap. Now there's another big gap here around 307. It is possible we can even come down slightly more to fill this gap. Okay, and then bounce, or it could have already been ready to bounce again higher. That another two targets, 328 to 321. Okay, those are my targets to fill the gap. Okay. US 30, which is Dow Jones, very good price action, bullish compared to other sectors. You can see since we had this breakout, it's going higher. Again, any dips you should be looking to buy. There's also this 50 SMA red line. It can go as low as there and then go higher, but again, look to buy all the dips on industrials. Also, since we're talking about industrials, I want to show you a few charts. You can see Caterpillar here. Basically, you can see what's happening on CAT. This is daily chart. It's going down. There's also a gap coming here. We are very close to this gap here around this now 198. And when that happens, you have to look for basically, you can see there's still RSI has basically bullish momentum. You can see what's happening on RSI. Price is going lower still, and even PPO has still bullish momentum. Okay, so if price goes down here, and that will be really good entry, I think you have to look into the sector. So since it came down so far, I think it's going to most likely fill this gap and bounce. So this is a good area to buy if you are looking for going long in this sector. Okay, Caterpillar is also very good now, and also DRE. DRE is this one, DE. You can see how it's going down. I don't see any divergence. Only PPO has divergence, but RSI still does not have any divergence. So you can see this one has divergence. RSI still no divergence. So look to buy if you little bit more dump, and you can try to find if there are any gaps on 1 hour chart to see if there's any positive, any possible support we can find. So let's go here. You can see if there's anything here which we can find, any gaps here. If you can see here, there's a gap here. So those are potential basically bottoms on DRE. There's also this gap here. You can see this gap here. Okay, I don't think any of these gaps are filled. So you can look around for gaps like this. Let's take these for now, and let's see where we are on a daily chart. You can see these are gaps here, and also it's very close to this support area overall here. So it is possible we could come down as low as here. That will be a good area to buy before a bounce. Okay, so these are some good stocks. You should keep it in portfolio to go long. Actually, I'm going to add this right now so that I'll keep an eye on this next time we take a look. Okay, all right. Those are industrial sectors. US 2000. Basically, again, if I go to weekly, this is a list of 2000 zombie companies, which are small companies in US. basically there's on Thursday it was bullish. We had 1% up, but you can see there's a big resistance coming on weekly, and also there's a cycle low coming in May, right? So I'm expecting some more downward momentum here, and basically again, so these are resistance levels, so maybe a little bit more upside, but eventually this is a big period of risk coming. So I'm looking for a basically equal low or lower low here, all right? And crude oil, looking for gaps to fill. Okay, you can see this is weekly analysis. This is a significant basically risk here around June time frame. So this is a big gap. You can short natural oil, sorry, you can short oil here, looking for these dips to happen and then buy sometime here, right? Natural gas, on my daily chart, it's coming very close to the cycle low here. Okay, so maybe Monday is the day for cycle low. It can still go lower. All right, let's quickly look at monthly and see how this one is shaping up. Natural gas monthly. You can see there's you can just be mindful, guys. You can see how it dips to, like, it can go as low as 1.7. okay, you can see this happened in March 16. Also this one was like 1.5. This happened in July 2020 near COVID crash. Okay, let's see if what else is there. Okay, you can see this here around January 99 on monthly. It happened here. It came as low as 1.6, and also here when it started, well, it's right when it started, it was like around $1. So I think we're approaching a very good area to buy, guys. But like I said, do not be buying. So it can go as low, it can go even here. So let me put another line here. It can go, all these are support lines. Okay, let's zoom out a bit. It can go, this is the bottom here. Okay, so these are all the lines. It can go as low as here. So let's go to daily chart and let's try to kind of see. Okay, so you can see from today's close, all these lines I drew. Okay, let's see percentage how low we can go from here. It can even go like 18% lower from here. So you got to be very patient. Basically, do not buy leverage ETF. Look to buy UNG. Okay, which is a natural gas ETF. Do not look to buy BOIL. BOIL is like highly leveraged, and if it goes down 20%, you will be down 40%. Okay, although it will give you a great gain, but you got to be careful when it dumps. Okay, you can BOIL was down almost 12%. You can see. And also you can see there was this trend line we were checking before. It broke out, and then basically now it's again below this trend line. Okay, so this is a very risky, it's a long-term play also. So let's go back to UNG. So let's see what's going on here. See, we're still going lower, but there's higher momentum on PPO and RSI, which is a good sign. But you got to be very careful. You got to wait for this breakout. Okay, so let's go to natural gas. It's easy to basically put a trend line here. Okay, so you can do something like this on natural gas. Basically, it does look like we're right there. Okay, you can see it might be like a little bit of breakout and now back testing a bit. Okay, you can see how here. Let's go to 4 hours chart and see if we can get a better trend line here. Let's go to 4 hours chart. Okay, this is the 4 hours chart. Let's get rid of these SMA lines so we have some clear picture here. And you can see what's going on here. This is a daily 4-hour trend line. And let's see if we can draw it better here somehow like this. You can see a lot of confluence here. You can see touch here. And so it could be a back test. Okay, so we're getting very close to cycle bottom here. So what I'm trying to tell you is these are good levels to buy, but you gotta be holding for a long term. Do not be. It's a patient game. Okay, it's a couple of years game. So you can see I'm looking for bottom here. Then this cycle high is coming. So sometime in May, I'm looking for this cycle to high. So it could like come for a bounce, and then again it can come for back test. You can see why it's happening like this, because it went parabolic due to this war. And it was here for like how April 22 to November, basically more than a year, right? So April 22 here to basically almost a year. Okay, less than a year, it was high. So you can expect this to last for a while. A lot of downward momentum here. Okay, so but one other thing you should see, all these parabolic moves, you see we go high, we go dump. Okay, so whenever it's ready to buy, whenever it finds a lot of support, it's going to be a very parabolic move here. Okay, so whenever it's ready, a lot of accumulation is done. This is all accumulation. It's going to bounce very strong. Okay, so be mindful of that. All right, so patient game. All right, that's on natural gas. Okay, Bitcoin, I will do a quick video after this, but for now, it's basically support is around 24k, resistance is around 31k. It's just in the middle, chopping around. So look to buy off 24k support and then a bounce, and then again the significant risk is coming around August time frame. That's when we'll be looking for a more sell-off. It all will depend on you can see this purple cycle. It all will depend on this purple cycle, how high we go. Okay, after this smaller dip. Okay, if this goes as high as here, then I don't think it's going to go lower. I think it's going to bounce like here, very close to above, basically here. And if it does not go as high, if it stays here, it's possible it can even go down and fill this gap. Okay, so be mindful of that. Ethereum, same thing. Just looking for this gap here, okay, to fill. So that's what my target is. Dollar is selling down, basically looking for this this significant weakness still coming up around July time frame is my target to basically buy dollar. Gold basically looks like it topped out. I'm looking for 1900 support to buy gold. Risk is here around July time frame. That will be my ideal target to buy gold. Silver, same thing, looking for topping and then a dip. Okay, same as gold. Mortgage rates are going down. Two gaps here, 3.14 and 2.93. These are my targets to fill. Bonds are slightly lower. Basically, it's still above this 200 SMA dark blue line, which is here around 13.3023. So looking for basically a little bit more pump and then down. This might have already happened here, so maybe a little bit more down and then go up like this. So just be mindful of that. And let's quickly look at gold miners. Basically, I'm not looking to go long here. Okay, there is no divergence on RSI and PPO, so it's still a bullish chart, but definitely it could be good to have some dip. I don't see any gaps on 1 hour, that's good, but on this pump there are no gaps, and also there's no there is some divergence. You can see on 1 hour chart what's happening. If I show you here, there's divergence on basically PPO. RSI is a slight divergence, but not a lot. You can see RSI is going lower, so as price is going higher. Okay, so we should be ready for a dump. You can draw a trend line. You can draw a 1 hour trend line. So something like this. Okay, and a break of this trend line is your sell signal. These are my gaps to fill. Those are my targets to fill. Okay. All right, let's quickly look at sectors. XLE, looking for weakness. There are gaps here, multiple gaps. One gap 82, second gap 80, and my final target is 73 to fill this gap. Okay, basically where it goes. Actually, this gap should be here or there. This is the gap. This is what I'm looking for filling. Okay, around $71. XLU, basically bullish chart. Since we've been bouncing from here, keep bouncing higher. Okay, it could have a little bit of pullback to fill some of these gaps. You should be looking to buy on every dip. Okay, go like this. XLV, same thing as I was telling you guys to buy here. So all pullback should be met by buying pressure. So a little bit pullback and then bounce. Okay, XLF, still more weakness I'm looking for. The multiple gaps, so I'm looking for equal highs or lower highs and then a bounce higher. All right, XLI, basically this one I can get rid of, so it's almost very close to filling this gap. So basically we're gonna go here. Also this gap is filled, so basically a little bit of more weakness. Maybe make a same high and then bounce higher. Okay, real estate sector, basically just kind of flagging out. A lot of gaps here. Looking to fill these gaps and then bounce. Okay, and let's quickly look at tech stocks. Tesla, let's go to 1 hour chart. Let's go to 30 minutes chart. I want to show you something. You can see there's some positive divergence on basically PPO and RSI on 30 minutes. It's going higher. PPO is also this equal. No, RSI is same, so there's nothing here. but PPO is slightly higher. So also to trade this, you can draw a trend line. You can draw a trend line like this from here, like this, or let me try it in a different way. It's like this, okay? So you can draw a trend line like this. A break of this trend line will be a buy signal. And also on 1 hour chart, basically there are multiple gaps here, okay? So let me get rid of this trend line so you guys know the concept. So there's a gap here. It happened on basically Thursday. If I zoom in a bit, you can see this gap is not filled, 190, and there's also this massive gap around 206, okay? And if I go to daily, there's this big gap around 145, still not filled, okay? And then look at all these upside gaps, okay? So one gap now left on daily to fill, and then there are all these upper gaps on the top side. So from here, if we go down, that's like almost 21% down. And if we go up, which is to the top, it's like how many gaps? This is like 55% upside here, okay? And also I think there's another massive gap here which is near all-time highs. I'm not looking at that. Let's not worry about that for now. But my point is also there is this daily trend line. So I think today was a news that basically cutting prices again. So people are keep bringing some for some reason bearish news on Tesla. So I'm looking to take profits at minimum around 206 because I know this gap will be filled. But if it somehow closes above this 200 EMA, which is this light blue line, it can easily go to 238. So I'm personally thinking earnings is around 19th of April, which is Wednesday. So it's coming very soon. So basically in 2 weeks, earnings are coming. I think it was around 24 before they changed the date now. So 19th of April, I'm expecting bullish moves until then, okay? Expecting in anticipation of earnings, bullish moves, and we'll figure out. If we go to earnings in a bearish matter, if we are here in earnings, then that means it's going to pump really high. If we are here during earnings, okay, that means it's going to dump, okay? So we'll figure it out. I'll keep you guys posted, okay, what my thoughts are. So let's save this. Apple, let's quickly look at Apple. Apple is here. Basically, this is daily trend line, white trend line. Okay, we can draw it in a different way. I can see, let me try to draw it in a better way. I can see a little bit of gap here. So I can touch here. See if we already touched this trend line. So we are very close to this trend line. I don't see we touched it yet, but it doesn't have to be perfect. But you can see here, you're very close to this trend line. Okay, we had touched here, very close to touching. Maybe I can make it like this just to force it that it already happened. Still, it's a trend line. Okay, so you can see it's basically there are two support lines here on Apple. This support line, white line, and also this other trend line, above line. So also there are two gaps here. So it's possible it can come down here. It still did not fill this gap on Friday. Thursday, it still did not fill this gap. So it's possible it can fill this gap again on Monday and then bounce high. Okay, so look to buy off this trend line on Apple. Okay. And also on the top, there are there's still some basically targets here in 174 and 171. There are some gaps here. I think those will be filled this month. Okay. Amazon still same thing, looking for a little bit of pullback and then bounce. Okay, there's this gap 97. It's possible we can come as low as that and then bounce. So just be mindful of that. Okay, there's this gap around 112.6. That's what I'm looking to fill. Google, very bullish move. Maybe it will have a little bit more cool down and then go higher. Okay. Meta, again, very bullish moves. Again, looking for some of these gaps to fill, then a pump higher. All these gaps are good. Basically, all little bit of pullback is good for Netflix, another tech sector. Okay. So still there's a gap here on 323. Hopefully will maybe cool down a bit and then pump higher. Microsoft was very bullish, making a new high on divergence on PPO and RSI, but these divergence can be erased if this keeps pumping higher. So looking for these upside targets. There are all these gaps to fill. snowflakes. Basically it filled this earnings gap here, and now there's another gap here, so looking for that to fill. Nvidia 1 hour chart created a gap on Thursday. You can see this gap was created, looking for that to fill and maybe go very close to new highs. Okay, AMD, basically a lot of resistance here and a lot of gaps to the downside, and now a lot of gaps to the upside. So basically before earnings, maybe a little bit more up pressure, and then earnings will be bad and it will have a big dump here. Okay guys, that's it for now, and have a good Easter holiday. And please, on your way out, if you haven't, please like my videos and share with your friends and family, and have a good long weekend. Take care. Bye bye.